Alright, hello guys, it's Danny here and I'll be doing a lap guide for this week's daily race C. And it's a very interesting one as we are in the Circuit de la Sarthe, no chicane version, and we are in the group forecast. So we just did a few laps, a bit of time of day testing, a bit of group forecast testing, and yeah, we did a few laps in the Huracan. So 3 minute 57.0, and yeah, I'll be giving you a lap guide on how to do a group 4 lap around Circuit de la Sarthe, no chicane. But remember that for this week's daily, there's going to be dynamic weather. There's going to be some races. It will rain, but it will rain anytime. The track will be sometimes like dry and sunny. So the lap I'm going to show you is pretty much the best conditions you can get in a time trial, which is perfect sunny weather, and yeah, just full dry track. And yeah, that's time the lap, exiting the fourth chicane in third gear. This car has a lot of rotation, so yeah, this car can turn really well, and we're using this car because it has a great top speed down the Malsan. So yeah, braking. So your first braking point is once your car is almost straight or fully straight, passing the first total sponsor signboard sign on the right. That's when you start the brake in a straight line. So down the second. And with this car having great rotation and being four-wheel drive, you can exit corners really early, and this track is really wide, so you can gain a load of time just exiting corners early, while having quite a decent amount of staying input going into the car. So just full throttle on the first chicane, on the Dunlop chicane, but be careful of track limits. Do not cut the chicane too much. Just keep two wheels on the curb. So once heading to false elbow, I think that's what you call it. So once you pass the tarmac on the right, and once the car is straight like this, and then you start pure braking a little bit, 60% brake, down the fourth gear, and you can exit really early. Now heading to Tether route. So Tether route here, once you kind of see the three red cones on the right, they're quite hard to see. Once you have peripheral vision on it, just then you want to apply a gentle touch on the brakes and exit really early, because when you brake really gently with the car will just rotate, and you can just power out of tether route really early. Just once again, avoid cutting it too much and avoid running wide on the exit too much, otherwise you might incur a penalty. And once the rev limiter starts blinking, you shift up to 7th. This kind of applies to most of the gears anyway, but if you are exiting off the hairpins or medium speed corners like Indianapolis, then you might have to use more revs to get the initial acceleration going. But if you're on the straight like this, it's not necessary to use so much revs, otherwise you might lose the crucial top end needed to gain that extra half a tenth or so down the Malsan. As you can see, this is no speed version, so you're going to be using a lot of top speed. But I might get some comments on this video saying that, what do you think about the Veyron? The Veyron has best top speed, or the No, the GT7 doesn't have great top speed compared to the Huracan. And it's about 2 to 3 kilometers per hour difference, but you might think it's small, but you got to understand that it's a 5 kilometer straight, and a few kilometers worth the difference is a lot. So now heading down, after being on the straight for over a minute, when you're heading to the Malsan corner, once the outside curb starts over here, that's when you start braking. Brake almost in a straight line to avoid the rear end from jetting out. Click the apex. Once your car is on the apex, apply a lot of staying input. I'm sorry for mixing up my words. So apply a lot of staying input and exit really early in the second gear. And then once you are feeling the forward drive, you can bring the staying back to the center. And yeah, you got another straight here, another very long straight. So yeah, I was talking about the car choices. Just in case, if you guys ask about the Veyron, you know it has the best top speed? No, because it has one of the worst acceleration of the four-wheel drive. It's very bad on acceleration, very bad on cornering. It's too heavy, so you're going to lose all the time. So anyways, now into Indianapolis. This is going to be one of the trickiest corners in this car because of its snappy rear end. You know, so once you are almost out of the saddles from the trees, as you're putting the banking, you coast and use engine braking to go down to 6. If you apply normal brakes, you're gonna risk snapping the rear end. So engine brake in 6 without any input. And once the car is really straight, that's when you start braking. Trail brake a lot, apply 80 to 90% braking, and you exit in third gear over here. So rev it out a bit. Alright, so for R-nuts, you brake when you see the 50-meter board on the top left and or the last sponsor signboard on the right. Again, brake in a straight line and trail brake. Down the first for extra rotation and exit in second gear. So now you're just gonna deal with another straight here. So you can see the wind is 2.6 meters per second and it's wind heading northwest, approximately 10 o'clock wind. So at this point in time, you're going to feel a lot of speed. So now for the posted curve, this is very tricky, but trust me, it's easy because you're going to get all the rotation here. It's a high-speed cornering, so you're not going to upset the car too much. So once you see the green pad on the left-hand side, that's when you apply a little bit of brakes, 50% brakes. Just don't apply too much brakes and get the power as early as possible. Use the four-wheel drive power of the Huracan to just get the extra rotation going. I hit the wall a little bit, so I can definitely cut out a 10 to 2 there. So for the second part, just brake once you pass the end of the tarmac before. So it's all this section. It's all about feeling, just having a feel of the car. You know, testing the car's limits here. You don't want to overdrive the car. Just be smooth with the steering and the throttle application and the brakes, and you'll be fine. So just hugging the inside here for the second part of posted curves. Once you see this second RMC sign, just hang on the lift again and balance the throttle. You don't want to run too wide at the end of posted curves, or else you're going to get a 1 second penalty, and all that hard work you've done for the past 3.5 minutes will be thrown out the window. So now, for chicane, once you pass the dotted lines that indicate the pit lane entry, then you want to start braking, trail brake here, and downshift to third. And for the second part of the posted curve, basically the final sequence of corners of Le Mans, that's when you want to brake in a straight line here, just before the outside curve there starts. So you can clip that part of the curves more, but you're gonna risk getting a penalty. But for most of the time, you can cut that a lot and you still get away with it. So exit early in third gear to get the best acceleration, and that's a lap of Circuit de la Sarthe, no chicane in the Lamborghini Huracan Gr4. And with that, I'll be signing off. So I know it's not like the best of laps, but I just want to give you guys a pretty decent lap, guys, here out of the bat. You know, it's quite early in the daily, so I hope you guys find this guide helpful. And best of luck in the races, and be very careful of the dynamic weather. So I'll be signing off with by showing you guys the lap again with our commentary. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Have a great week, guys. Bye bye.